If you were recently laid off or you're facing a layoff and you're wondering now what, you're making six figures, but suddenly it feels like the weight of every bill, subscription, or debt payment it is just like a ticking time bomb and you don't know what to do. This is just a setback. It's not a financial death sentence, but the key to it is going to be staying in control and knowing exactly what to do next. In this video, I'm going to break down 7 must-do financial money moves that you need to make in order to immediately take control after getting laid off so you can protect your finances and come out stronger on the other end. Let's talk about it. Hey goalies, welcome back to the channel where we keep it real about all things money, confidence, and financial success. If this is your first time here, I'm Nia, the Coins Confidant, and I'm all about helping you build confidence and clarity to crush your money goals. Now, before we dive into it, I need you to hit that like button, subscribe, put in a comment and let me know what is your biggest financial struggle that you're dealing with right now. And of course, if you came to this video because you recently got laid off, then this is exactly. So the first step I want you to take, we're gonna jump right into it, is pause. Don't panic. Don't panic, don't start to spend, don't go overboard. Right now, your first step needs to be to assess exactly where you are and currently what you're doing, okay? That's the first thing first, breathe. Your instinct might be to go into full panic mode or ignore your finances completely, but now is the time to get crystal clear on where you stand. The goal is to come out better on the other end, remember? So check your severance package. If you got one, see what benefits are included, COBRA, how does that work? Review your last 2 months of spending. So highlight every expense that's a fixed expense and then what's an unnecessary charge so that you can identify what's going to be urgent, what can wait. Not all bills are created equal, so we're going to have a little talk about that. I also want you to highlight what dates they are due because that's important. This is a step to help you gain control and prevent you from spiraling into fear. You can't fix what you can't face. Like, let's be real. Number 2 is going to be cut the non-essentials for now. And this might be a temporary step, but I'm not telling you to live like you're broke, but right now, every dollar needs to have a job. This means cutting anything that's not essential. All coins matter in this current phase. So streaming services, do you really need to have all the 5 different streaming services to pay for a monthly? Then you're gonna look at monthly subscriptions, Audible, beauty boxes, gym memberships. What can you pause or cancel? Then let's look at luxury expending. So expensive takeout, shopping, treating yourself, buys that might need to take a back seat for right now. The important thing to know is that many of these services offer the ability for you to suspend your services temporarily, which will allow you to lock in the rate you have now if you have a good rate. So it doesn't mean that you can't enjoy life and live your life, but right now, your priority is going to be financial survival. Entertainment has to take a bit of a backseat at the moment. Your third step is going to be prioritizing the bills that really matter. And by that, I mean, of course, the roof over your head, lights, what is coming in that you need to make a payment plan on. Not just for today, you're going to make a payment plan for the next 3 to 6 months while you look for another job. And so let's talk about what type of things should be at the top of that priority list. So we're looking at your housing, your utilities, rent, mortgage, water, gas, electricity, insurance, and healthcare. If you're losing benefits, you can look into COBRA and marketplace plans. I will advise you they are pretty expensive. Now you want to look at debt payments and protect your credit as much as possible. Call your lenders, ask them if they have any hardship plans. Call all your credit cards, ask if they offer any hardship plans. You want to call and see how you can be helped. Sometimes they'll allow you to move a payment to the end of the term of the loan, which will save you from having to make that payment right now. When you do get a job and get back on your feet, that's an opportunity for you to double down and catch up, okay? But in this moment, you need to ask yourself the critical question of what can wait. Some student loans offer forbearance options. So if you're paying student loans, make sure you call them to see about going into forbearance, all right? You want to look for all hardship programs. Look for rental assistance if you qualify. I will be real and say that many people who make a decent income won't qualify for rental assistance programs near them, but I still encourage you to look and see whatever hardship programs that you qualify for so that you can take advantage of them, because we trying to get all coins on deck, okay? Call all your lenders. So you want to do all of these things before you miss a payment. You don't want to wait till you miss a payment to do any of these things. File for unemployment as soon as possible. Even if you're not sure you qualify, let them tell you no. Let them tell you. If you've been paying taxes, you've been paying into unemployment insurance. So if you have the ability to, absolutely use it. Apply as soon as possible, because some states have different waiting periods, so it'll depend on where you are. And even if it's not a lot, if your unemployment is not a lot, every dollar is going to buy you more time and breathing room until you have a good income again. And if you're thinking, oh, I'll get a job fast, that's great, but I still want you to apply, because you don't have to use the money if you don't need it. Now, secure emergency cash without touching investments. This is what I want you to work on. Your investments can be there, and it'll be wonderful if they can stay there and keep making you money. So you want to secure your emergency fund without including your investments first. This is the time to protect it. This is your emergency fund time to step up and do what it was created to do. If you don't consider these options, I want you to pause before you think, oh, well, let me just take it out my 401k. Or let me just pull it out of my brokerage account. Look at what you currently have in your emergency fund. What liquid assets do you have? What things around the house do you have you can sell? This is important because you don't know how long you're going to be without a job, so you want to create something that you have control as long as possible. Look into freelance or contracting work. Short-term gigs can really help you stay afloat, and I'm very sure your job and your profession allotted you some skills that will help you continue to make money and work with other organizations. Especially when it comes to selling things that you have, especially if you have any high-ticket items that can bring in cash fast, look into side hustles that don't require a high investment, like consulting, tutoring. Leverage those skills. Leverage the skills that you already have, because the goal is to keep as much cash on hand flowing in as possible while you sit here and work to figure out what your next steps looks like. So number 6 is going to be adjust your budget. And I understand if you don't like budgeting and you're not a fan of it, but your old budget no longer applies. So you have to go and create a new one. Your old budget, we're getting rid of some of those bills. Your income has changed. Your spending plan is going to change. And that's just the reality of it. And again, we cutting more of those extras. Look at when we are ordering from a lot of different food apps and things like that. Can we make one-pan meals, crock pot recipes, things that we can make that doesn't require us standing in the kitchen all day, but gets us to those same meals. One-pan meals are fabulous, and we all know crock pot meals are beautiful because you just put everything in there and you can keep going. The goal too is you want to look at lowering your fixed expenses. So this can be negotiating your bills, lowering your cell phone bill. This can be creating lower amounts that you're required to pay. The goal in this is creating a bare minimum budget. This budget covers necessities only, and now you have a picture of exactly what you will need to keep yourself afloat. And I know it sounds like, oh, you're taking everything I love, but this isn't forever. It's just about making money last as long as possible while you're in this transition period, okay? So, number 7, make long-term financial game plans. And I want you to do this because in this moment, this layoff might feel like it's a setback, but it's also a wake-up call. It's also time to help you get uncomfortable and do the things that need to be done in your finances to create a viable plan. This will help you come out even better than you went into this layoff, okay? What can I do differently moving forward? This is a question you must ask yourself. This is a question, especially if you get to this point and you find that you don't really have a savings to go from. Now, how am I going to do this? You're going to build a solid emergency fund. You're going to learn how to invest without fear. You're going to reevaluate your career, your financial goals, and ways that your skills can be used in other fields that make decent incomes, okay? Because this is your time to explore. This is your time to look into other careers if you were thinking about a career change anyway. If you were thinking about being nomadic and living in other countries and you've been talking about it and you've been saying I'm going to do it, but you never actually took the step to do it, now is your time. Now is your moment to do those things. So if this layoff came and it was like, oh shit, and that's how it is, use it as a chance to get your finances in order for good. Look into your habits. Look into how you got here. How do you spend money? What do you think about money? Do you think of money as a tool, or is it just something there to pay bills? Is that the only goal of your money? How do you spend? Are you an emotional spender? Use this time to really evaluate how you use money so you can use it better in the future, okay? I know this was a lot. I tried to get into it quick and drop down 7 good tips, but I want you to know you don't have to do this alone. I put together a full playlist of videos to help you kind of master budgeting, tackle debt, and start investing the right way. So click the link in the description if you want to watch it now. I'll also make sure I link it at the end of this video. If you need personalized help, definitely feel free to reach out. We can do a free consultation and I'll help you create a financial plan that fits your life so that you don't fall extremely behind during this period in your life. This is a transition period and it's not a failure. So until next time, goalies, keep showing up for yourself and crushing those money goals.